So this is the first video of the year. I know it's late, but I swear I thought I lost my voice for the best part of the past week. I'm not sure why, but this is the best version of my recovery right now. The one takeaway I had is just don't Google your shit. Like, don't look up, what you have, because I literally lived through the symptoms. Although thank God I'm COVID free, but just don't do that. That's the takeaway there. This video is going to be a recap for, say, 2021, some of the amazing watches, some of the great pickups that I had over the year, the events I've been to, and what's been up with me generally, and what is really the outlook for 2022, right? But before we start, let me just tell you quickly what I've got on the wrist today. I've got the Undone watch. This is not just any Undone watch, it's my first one. So let's just get into it. Down Barcelona. Rose is nicer. What is up, guys? It is your boy Ritter from Watch Society. So 2021 was a fantastic year in terms of my watch game. I mean, it's just so happened that every tail end of the year, you're talking about September, October, November, December, is when I usually see some of my orders being fulfilled. It's not a structured thing. It's not a fixed thing that my watches kick in at the end of the year. But generally, I would place my orders, say December the year before or January, like right now. So if you look back at some videos in the channel, you'll find out that November 2020, I managed to get my 15500 from Audemars Piguet, and I also got the root beer, the two-tone root beer. So November 2021, I managed to get a two-tone Submariner with a classic black dial, very, very beautiful watch. Not the most famous Submariner out there, not the most sought after one, although I do think that there is a buyer for two-tone. The fan base for two-tones in general is growing. Will gain more momentum. The precious metal across the board will get more momentum. I think in 2022, there is going to be even more demand on two-tones and precious metals. The Yachtmaster 40 on a rose gold on the Oysterflex. Again, not the most popular Yachtmaster out there. I've asked for it a year before. I didn't think it's gonna take that long, actually, considering that a month before when I placed my order, it was actually on display. They actually had both of them, the 37K side and the 40K side. I requested for the Kermit in December, and surprisingly 6 months after, it was here. And you know what? This is one of the most sought after Submariners that you can get. Of course, it speaks for the original Kermit that had come out. This is a model that a lot of people are after. It kicked in 6 months later, and it's a beautiful watch, and I'm very grateful for it. I think this brushed wider bracelet would have looked a lot better if it had a center polish links, something like what you would get on the, say, the new GMTs or the previous generation LN GMT. That's just my opinion, I don't know, but I still would prefer the Hulk over the Kermit, to be honest. I'm not sure why, but this one, something about it doesn't speak to me. The Sky Dweller blue dial on the Oyster bracelet. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? It's 4 functions in one. This one did take some time, so it doesn't fit into, the get fulfilled at the end of the year, because again, this is a very, very sought after watch. But it did take some time, right? But it got fulfilled in 2021 as well. The AP Offshore Chronos in Photo 3, man, when they came out, I said I need to get one of them. I want to get one of the titanium ones in specific. I've also done a video on that, whether it be the gray one with the ceramic or the plain case with the blue dial. But that never happened, right? I'm still on the wait list for one of those variations. AP, if you're listening, please, I need my orders. But then I head out to Bahrain, right, to work. And my colleagues were telling me about this watch event, like, you must visit this watch event. I had no idea why. And I go in, and there was this AP. It was just on display. It was one of the offshore chronos, but the stainless steel version. So my initial thought that this is just a display unit, they're not selling it, they're just showcasing their novelties. And I've asked the question just sarcastically, and they said, yeah, this is actually for sale. So I picked it up and I immediately left. I didn't even continue the day at the event. I'm not sure why I left. I could have stayed. Yeah, just to remind you quickly as well that Watch Society is exhibiting in Jewelry Arabia, that's the name of the show, in 2021. I've spoke about some passes. 10 is the target that I'm gonna give out so you guys can come attend with me. We can do videos, you can get a feeler in the show and whatever. I still have some allocations, so please keep the names coming. And somewhere in February, I'm gonna communicate with you guys directly on where you can pick up your badges and what you need to do, prerequisites to the event, right? So your COVID test and all of that stuff has to be ticked off, and who you should communicate with from the event organizer as well. So do look out for that. So the Vacheron has a very interesting story. So once upon a time, pre-COVID, I was actually offered all 3 dials without a wait list, right? So the white, stainless steel, the black, and the blue. And I said, I don't want this watch. I would never get this watch. I'm just not interested. I just wasn't ready, right? I had my eyes on the AP. I was trying to build my collection there even more. And then maybe a year after that, this video pops on my feed by this channel called You're Terrific. I mean, I don't know the guy, we never spoke, we never collaborated. It was just a video that came on my feed for the Vacheron blue dial on stainless steel. And watching that video, I mean, I recommend that you guys check out this video. I'll link it in the description. I didn't know if it was his videography or the watch dial itself, the blue dial, and that grabbed my attention. Not too long from that time, my good friend Khalid Farouk just rocks up. We did the Battle of the Blue Dial, so I had the 15450, I had the Sky Dweller, and he had a 15202 and this Vacheron with the blue dial in stainless steel. And this is when I said, you know what? I want to get this watch. That was it. That was the time I set myself on getting this watch. So I rang up the boutique back again and I said, listen, you guys offered me all 3 variations. Can I get the blue one? And they just told me straight up, like, those days are long gone. Like, you can't, like, we don't even, so they used to take deposits and then assure you that they will fulfill it in some time, which is amazing, right? When you compare this to AP or Rolex or any other brand, it's a straight up no. Vacheron was saying, we'll take your deposit and we'll get the watch as soon as we can. So even that option wasn't available. So now, of course, I want the watch more because I can't even get it, right? So I've left my name with boutiques around the world, Europe, Middle East, just name it. And then I get the call 6 or 7 months after that, and they tell me, we've got a stainless steel blue dial for you if you do want to pick it up. They didn't tell me anything. They said this is the only watch they have. So I get there, and they surprise me with this rose gold blue dial right next to it. And I instantaneously fell in love with that watch. The steel wasn't even an option anymore, so I immediately picked up that watch. And what can I tell you, man? Rose gold on blue dial, 2 additional straps, so 3 different looks in total with the bracelet, of course, if you count that. I just had to get it, right? It is a significant cost. It costs more than the stainless steel, almost double of the price, if not more. So yeah, I picked it up, right? And that was how I acquired the rose gold 4500V with the blue dial. I am on the lookout for a stainless steel one as well. I think the rose gold is great. It's something that I wear from time to time, but it's definitely not an everyday watch. It is a beautiful watch. If you come to a point to consolidate or say get rid of your entire collection, definitely this is the one to keep. You will not wear any other watch after this overseas in rose gold with the blue dial. But I am after a stainless steel one right now, and I'm literally begging the ADs if they can help me with one, whether it be the ADs or the brands. I mean, my understanding is that if you're dealing with one of the brand boutiques, then that should be easier. So hopefully something will come up in the future. So 2021 wasn't all about me buying watches, but it was also about going to watch events, hence the one we talked about in Bahrain where I'm exhibiting. But I also attended the Dubai Watch Week that had sort of a break during 2020 for COVID, of course, but it came back 10 million times stronger. So special thanks to the Siddiqui family for putting amazing efforts, bringing basically thought leaders and CEOs of brands. I got the opportunity to meet with Moser, the CEO of Shapik, and so many other amazing people, as well as other content creators, right? So me and Marco had collaborated on so many videos, but this was actually the first time I see him in person.
And then the system, the interchangeability is what tops it all for me, right? So you're able to change the strap. You get the rubber, you get the leather. There's some heft to it because it's obviously gold. Yeah. But
it's gorgeous, man.
Yeah, and to me, it's more visually pleasing than the stainless steel with the blue dial.
Yeah.
You know. So
we had the opportunity to meet at Dubai Watch Week. He was telling me about this 3D printed watch,
which is actually a fully 3D printed case.
3D printed case.
Yes.
Interesting.
Japanese lacquer dial and Breguet numerals.
Yeah.
And the back is a ETA, like a Peseur 7001.
Right.
Which is amazing. I mean, Swisswatchgang is a channel that you would want to go to if you're interested in independent watches, brands that you just don't see every day. I highly recommend checking out his channel. Now, going back to some of the images that you guys, as I said, might have seen on Instagram for the black dial stainless steel as well as the blue dial stainless steel. One of them is mine, the other one is not. One of these overseas in stainless steel I happened to acquire. I didn't get it off the boutique, but that's a very interesting story. I want to tell you how I got the watch, how much I actually paid for it, what additional charges were there, so as well as a comparison, of course, with the rose gold. So look out for that video. So this is that for this video. I'm back on track right now, so it's going to be one video a week, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.